As you guys know, I love me a good old K-van. I literally daily drive my 1993 Mitsubishi Bravo, and I've driven it to Boston from New York to Baltimore. I drive it an hour and a half every single time I come here, and I just love it. I love the uniqueness of it. I love how comfortable it is. I love that mine in particular has like cool amenities like power windows, AC, fog lights, you know, all the good stuff. And then you can't beat the space. The space is really unmatched, headroom. I just love it. So today what we're gonna do though is we're gonna compare it to two other K-vans I hear. Last time I was here I did that, but I didn't drive them. So today I kind of want to just drive all three. And I'm pretty sure that my Bravo may be the best, but again, if you haven't seen that video, click the corner right now. My Bravo's almost twice as expensive as those. So we're gonna see, is this one the most worth it? Is the other one the most worth it? We'll find out later today. All right, so let's start with the Bravo. Let's see how it starts. Nice and smooth. Let's put these power windows down. Quick little button. When it comes to amenities, it's not even close. We're just gonna see the driving experience though. My driving experience personally in the Bravo is actually very good. It redlines at 9K, which I've mentioned a gazillion times, but let's give it a nice little rev. All right, I think that sounds pretty good. Well, let's drive it around, see how it feels. I had to get used to this clutch. I would definitely say that about this car. Let me put the windows up though so you guys can hear me the best. As far as sound goes, I really love the way that my Bravo sounds. It gives it a real like sports car feel. It has power steering, which is a really good pro. It does like throw you back in your seat because it does rev so high. Mine is full-time four-wheel drive, which you would think that it would be kind of sluggish, but it's actually pretty peppy. And my van only has 60,000 original kilometers, so I think that's around like 40,000 miles. And it is not rolled back before you comment that. But here's my van. I mean, I'm so used to it that I love the driving experience. Like, I would drive this van to Florida. I would drive this to Atlanta. I would drive it anywhere. There's really not much else I could do in this. Driving this parking lot a little more. The power steering though, like I really got to see how it is on these other vans. I think the Suzuki is under the seat as well, so I want to see how that feels with the weight. But I guess I'll park it right here. We'll park it right by this K truck. Driving experience, I mean, I'm going to be biased, but let's just say this isn't my car. I'd have to give it a good like 9. Like, the power steering is a really big touch. I'm not gonna mention the power windows. I'm trying to not mention any real amenities right now. But look, it's idling right now. Very quiet. You would think that because my engine is under my seat that it wouldn't be that way, but it is very quiet. So look, this is a good 9. This is a good 9. We're gonna learn more about the other ones though, but this one we have to start off with a very strong 9. So next we have this guy. This is a 1991 Suzuki Every van, air conditioning, full-time four-wheel drive, 43,000 kilometers. This one also has just as much amenities as I do. Has rear heat, AC, rear wiper. Doesn't have power windows, but that is very common on K-van, so I'm not gonna really give that a flaw. Like I mentioned before though, there's a K-van comparison video if you guys want to see features and stuff like that, but we're not really gonna get into it too much. Trunk space, headroom, all that stuff is pretty standard in comparison to my Bravo. That one's a little different because as you can see it's much shorter, but this one is pretty much exactly the same. Let's close this cool little vintage window. Let's give it a start. Let's see how it sounds. So as far as keys go, this is the key to the Suzuki Every. It's in first place by far, so let's give this a nice little start. I believe it's carbureted. My van is fuel injected, which I guess is another pro. This one being full-time four-wheel drive, I'm actually very curious to know what it feels like. My van is not turbo supercharged, neither is this one. So let's get in here and see what it's like. All right, first drive in the Suzuki Every. Space-wise, I'm not gonna lie, space-wise, I think this may be better. I gotta put my seat up. That's how I think this one definitely, yeah, this one definitely has more like knee space for sure. The dash is a lot more pushed in. The windows up. Put the e-brake down. Clutch feels good. Oh, it has a little gap. Oh, the power steering. Ooh. Ooh. It is a little heavy, I'm not gonna lie. I love the steering wheel though. Let me turn this way. See if I can gun it. It's not bad though. It does throw me back in my seat, like. It's definitely not faster than my Bravo. But it's definitely faster than a regular K-truck. It's definitely faster than that mini cab I drove in the last video. It feels good though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't drove a lot of vans that I'm like, oh wow, this is one very similar to my driving experience. But it's going over bumps fine. It has a huge windshield, much bigger than the Bravo, which to me is a pro. Nah, this is good. Let's go over this bump. Smooth. It's definitely down on power right now though. It probably redlines around like 7. Brakes are good. Okay, this is not bad. This is really like, for $79.50, my van is $12,000. Save $4,000 and basically get every single amenity except power windows. I'm not gonna lie, man, like that's kind of better than my van. Yeah, I'm like really processing it right now. I think it really is better than my van. Let me go one more circle. My van's right here. Let's go one more circle. It's definitely slower, but I feel like that isn't a con to most people. To me it is, because as you guys know, I like to beat my van till the floorboard comes off. Like, I drive it like crazy. I don't know how comfortable I feel driving this an hour and a half, 2 hours, 5 hours, stuff like that, because it is pretty down on power, but I'm not really getting into fifth gear. Maybe fifth gear is super long and I'm able to like go 120 just like the other ones. This one top speed is 120. Mine is 130 though. But like right now I'm punching it and it's throwing me back, but not like my Bravo. My Bravo's like, but it takes the bumps a lot better. It doesn't have a lift kit or anything. I think it has same small stock tires too. But let's park this next to my Bravo. The power steering though. Definitely something I'm not used to. Park this next to the Bravo. If I had to buy my Bravo for 12, I don't know, man. I really don't know. My Bravo for 12 or this for 8? Like, save $4,000. For $4,000, you could buy brand new tires. You could, I don't even know what else does this van really need? Nothing. Let's go outside and look at it some more. It doesn't really need much. For 4Gs, you put some new rims like mine, some nice tires. It already has tints. I don't mean, if you want to put an exhaust, mine has a stock exhaust, so it's not really anything. Has the mirrors that I want. Honestly, I wish that my van had these mirrors. I have the little small like stock K-truck ones. These are the cool like town ones, and they're Suzuki. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, as far as worth it goes, this van is more worth it than my van. I'm gonna be 100% honest. And I'm not saying that because HVNY doesn't make any difference to me. But this for $8,000 is more worth it than my van for $12,000. My van does have power windows, but is that a $4,000 difference? 5-speed, both full-time 4-wheel drive, both have AC. This one does not have fog lights, I believe, but like, come on, you could buy fog lights. You can put fog lights on here for 4Gs. We're not gonna talk about Apple CarPlay. Headliner's pretty clean on mine. My seats and interior is pretty clean. I mean, let's look at this one again. The seats are not bad on this, like, clean, no rips. no rips. Yeah, the headliner again, pretty clean. No imperfections. This one has 43,000 miles. That's definitely not original. I doubt it. Nah, no way. Because when I got my van, I mean, it is clean though. Does it have any sun fade on it? Doesn't even have sun fade on the roof. If you guys are into K-vans, you know that 90% of them have sun fade on the roof. Could this be in a, no way. Let me see. I don't know, I doubt it. Lots of the bottom looks on there. Look how the bottom looks on mine. Mine is still black and very clean, but it's very clean, I'm not gonna lie. Very clean. For $8,000, like I mentioned, I think that this is more worth it than my van. I don't think it's better than my van, but if I could save $8,000, then, I mean $4,000, then it kind of leaves me a lot of wiggle room to do. You could put a, where even is the radio? You could put a nice radio here and add some other cool features, but I'm surprised. I am genuinely surprised how good this van is. Now let's drive the Daihatsu, which is the cheapest in the bunch, and I will be shocked if I think that's better than this, because it doesn't have any really of the amenities that this one has. But here are the two heavy hitters. Not bad, not bad, Suzuki. Now we have the 94 Daihatsu HiJet van. This one, when I park next to it, you're just gonna see, doesn't look nearly as cool. This one has AC, and that's really it when it comes to options. Doesn't have fog lights, doesn't have like cool like seats or anything, doesn't have armrests, doesn't have any of that stuff. It has seat belts, but that's kind of it. The windows go all the way down, which is cool like the other vans, but again, I'm not really trying to speak about amenities. Seats are clean though, interior is pretty clean. This one has a brown and gray seat, which is kind of cool. Now let's start the van. Forgot to mention too, on the Suzuki, the Note isn't as good as the Bravo, but again, $4,000 less. This one, let's give it a little rev. It's okay. The Bravo just sounds like a monster. I think it's the fact that it's 15 valve on a 3-cylinder engine, but the Bravo just sounds so good. But all right, let's drive this guy, see what this is like. Let's see, space-wise, again, pretty good. I think what I like about the Bravo 2 is that you sit much higher. These two vans, I don't know why, the engines are still all under the seat, but this one I feel like I'm lower. Like I feel like I'm sitting in a K-truck. In my Bravo, you feel like you're like towering over people. But let's start the drive. Safety first. Does the AC work? The AC does work. It's pretty hot out today too, so that's good. All right, let's go. Ooh, this clutch is strong. Again, no power steering. Second right now. Okay. Okay, Daihatsu. I think it's maybe the lack of weight, but well, it does have a nice note. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does have a nice note. Let's make this left. Oh, it's rear-wheel drive. That's why. I'm like, why does this feel so fast? This one isn't full-time forward drive like the other two. I was wondering, like, yo, hold on. For 6,500, this might be the best one, but it's rear-wheel drive right now until I go into four-wheel drive. And then at four-wheel drive, I'm pretty sure it's not that fast. I'm pretty sure it's just bad overall. But all right, let's see. Drive this little dirt road. Let's see if the e-brake works. Oh, I stalled out. Why'd I stall out? Guess you're not supposed to do that? Okay. Alright, back to driving the Daihatsu. Or did I just not give it enough gas? I don't know. Anyways. Nah, man. good. 65 though. This is a lot harder than I thought. Like, I obviously knew that the Bravo, I don't know, I thought the Bravo was gonna win. The Bravo's in last place right now. I gotta really think about it. Driving experience though, this is really good. The fact that it's rear-wheel drive, it really feels like a little like it throws you back in your seat. It probably sucks. Let's find out actually. Let's not do the probablys. Let's find out right now. Let's stop. Put it in push button 4-wheel drive. Light turns on. If it's anything like my Daihatsu K truck, 4-wheel drive is meant to be driven at like 50, not even like 40 miles per hour. This is a van, so maybe it's different. But let's see. It's still pretty peppy, I'm not gonna lie. It's still pretty peppy. It's definitely not as fast as when it's in just regular 2-wheel drive, but U-turns aren't that bad either. Camera glitched up on me real quick, but luckily all that saved. So let's start the HiJet one more time. Starts right away. Let's take it out of 4-wheel drive. I'll do one more little circle and then I'll give you guys my full opinion. But honestly, again, it comes down to like, what do you really need the car for? If we're just talking about a transportation vehicle, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, man. Let's just go, let's go. 6,500 with title is not bad. That's very good for a van. But then like, then you start getting into like, what are your preferences? What are you gonna use it for? Personally, I think that I would love the back seats to have like the headrest and, you know, like the little armrest and stuff like that. So like, that's me personally. But if you don't care about that and like, you're just gonna have your homies back there and you can just swing it around, there's another van pulling up too. I should drive his. I'm gonna ask him actually. But yeah, when it just comes to like just having a normal van, you don't really care about the features. Like this one has no features, it's bare bones. You have AC, which is really good, and it works. That's pretty much it. 6,500 though. I mean, it's better than 12 for my van, but I don't know if it's worth it though. Let's see, let's get out. Let's do another circle real quick. Here's another look at the Daihatsu. We're gonna see if I can drive this Every right now. I think he might have something to do, but if not, we'll compare that van also. But again, it's like, it's really about preferences. Like, let's look at my interior really quickly. Do you really need the power windows? Do you really need the cool little foldy seats? Do you need to have 3 of these? Or are you just cool with 1? Do you just need 1? Or do you need 3? What else does mine have? Power windows, we're not gonna talk about that, but rear power windows, do you need that? Do you want to pay $4,000 for that? As far as the trunks go, I think they're all pretty much the same. Let me unlock this one really quick. Nice and huge. Nice and huge. This one even looks bigger, honestly. I need to reach over a little bit. I feel like I might be able to just touch mine regular. Yeah, look, I can touch mine regular. I guess mine has more leg room in between here. Here's another look though. Fog lights, you know, mine has that. This one doesn't, but again, 4 Gs. And then this one, like I mentioned, is bare bones, but again, 4 Gs. I mean, this one is even 1,500 less. That isn't that big of a deal for having this. Like having the extra space, the cool seats, the blue interior. So I guess worth it wise, we're gonna go with the winner. The Suzuki is the second, is first. This is the most worth it. Second is this, because for 65 or 12,000. Let me know in the comments. I actually would really love for you guys to comment. Which one would you buy? 12,000, 8,000, 65. In my opinion, worth it wise, it's 1, 2, 3. If you have the money and you want all the cool stuff, you want to be the only car at the car show with fog lights, and you want to do the cool spinny seats, and you want to have the extra comforts of power windows, central locks, all that other stuff, then of course this one is worth it. But if we're just talking about money wise, For $8,000, you can basically have the same exact truck. A little slower, you know, but just as rare and just as cool, honestly. So let's see if I can drive this one. If not, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Enter the raffle if you haven't already. We're down to that many slots, and catch you guys on the next one. Peace. So lastly, we actually have one more, and it's this 1996 Suzuki Every van. Again, we're not going to speak too much about amenities, but let's go over this. This one just has a much nicer seat in comparison to the HiJet, but still, you know, like no armrest and stuff like that. No power windows, again, very standard. This one has AC. It is very clean. Love the steering wheel. It has 55,000 kilometers, which I don't know, it doesn't really look like it has 155. Everything looks really clean. Shifter, pedals, steering wheel, plastic, everything is black. Door cards. So low mileage van. Everything else is pretty standard. It does have the higher ceiling in comparison to the HiJet, but this is like a better version of the HiJet, and it's more. So this is 7,500. Let's drive it now. Let's put these windows up, even though I love this. Let's put the windows up and let's see if this one is worth it. So space-wise, this one feels very similar to my Bravo. Still very spacious, way more than, you know, every single K truck, but not as much as the Suzuki and the HiJet. Like, the dash is a little more out. This one is rear-wheel drive unless you push the push-button four-wheel drive. Very similar to the HiJet. Amenities, like I mentioned, has AC, rear wiper. That's pretty much it. Roll windows. It is clean, though, so you have to give it that. But let's give it a start. Starts right up. This is his daily too, which I love. All right, let's go. Takeoff is clean. The only two-wheel drive van I drove was Josh's Silver Acti, which feels just like this. And then the HiJet in this today, and it makes a big difference. Someone who daily drives a K-van, I don't know if I would want a rear-wheel drive model, just because, like, I love the fact that I can do basically anything, but it feels good. It feels good to have, like, the additional little power, like. Taking the bumps nice. This one handles pretty good too. This one has an engine in the rear too. This is one of the three that actually have an engine in the rear, so it's a lot quieter. Ooh, that second and third felt good. Brakes, good. It's quiet. It's so, like, quiet-wise, it's a huge difference. The weight distribution definitely feels a little different. Like, when I'm turning, it doesn't feel as 50-50 like the other three trucks. Like, I kind of feel like I'm gonna tip over a little bit. I don't know if that's the additional weight in the back, but this one has rims and everything. I don't feel as, like, I wouldn't say safe, but oh, this one has power steering too. Oh no, it's probably just the fact that the engine's in the rear. But this one feels like it has power steering, or the engine's in the rear and there's just no weight up front. But it feels good. I like this. I like this. I don't know if it's better than the blue one. So you get the blue one for $500 more, but way less miles. It's so quiet though. Like, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but no shakes. It idles better than my Bravo. It idles better than every car here. This is gonna be hard. Here we have the Fantastic Four. 1996 Suzuki Every, 7,500. 1991 HiJet, 6,500. 1991 Suzuki Every, 8,000. And then 1993 Mitsubishi Bravo, 12,000. All of them come with a title, so we got to factor that in. Mine has the most options by far, quickest by far, and most amenities. Just the most loaded truck, that van that you're really ever probably going to find ever. High, low, all that good jazz. Full-time four-wheel drive, blah, blah, blah. We have this guy. Very cool color. Nice blue. Very rare. Blue interior. You get the 90s feels. The whole dash and everything looks very vintage. Very nice. Big trunk. Big trunk on this guy. Big trunk on this guy. Pretty big trunk on this guy too. Just a much shorter roof. And then we have this guy. Again, very big trunk. Rear motor, which helps with quiet and just overall just cool. All right, so let's rank these four right now. In last place, honestly, I'm not lying, It's the Bravo. Worth it. Remember, worth it. Is it worth it? Is it worth to spend $12,000 on a K-Van when you can buy technically 2 trucks? This truck right here is $6,000 and this one is $6,500. You guys get the point. 2 trucks or 1 van, or even technically the HiJet and this, or just this. When it comes to options, when it comes to cool factor, mine blows all these out the water. Maybe not the blue one so much, but mine is definitely the coolest and unique. So you're paying for the uniqueness, you're paying for the coolness, you're paying for the amenities, but does that make it worth it? In my opinion, no. I love it because I'm just bougie and I love power windows, but for the average Joe, I don't know if it's really worth it. Third place, I'm going to have to go with the Suzuki. This one being $7,500 and only $500 away from this, and $1,000 less than this, is kind of like, it's the cleanest, it's the coolest, but amenities wise, it doesn't really give you much in comparison. It is 4-wheel drive like the other two. Doesn't have like a tack, doesn't have like a lot of like the little things, but it is the cleanest. Definitely one of the cleanest here. Second place, HiJet for $6,500. This one has really little to no rust. Put some good 13s. Put those wheels on this, maybe some RX-7 wheels on this. It would definitely help. It is the shortest, but if you don't mind that, that's fine. And then again, this one is just bare bones and the cheapest. If this was $7,500, absolutely not. This would be last place by far. But because it's so cheap and it has a title, I feel like it has to be in second. And then the winner. It's very rare to get a blue truck, a color truck in general. That's why mine is so cool that it's gray, but a color truck in general. The blue seats, again, good touch. And like I mentioned, it has basically everything that my Bravo has. Lock, AC, wiper, defroster, radio, AC. Like, what else do you really need? I know power windows, I know central locks, and I know this thing's missing, obviously, but for $8,000 with title, it's not bad. So I'm ending this video here. Thank you guys for watching. This definitely been a fun one, and see you guys on the next one. Peace.